Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Mike Malbrough again with Wallet Reset. My lighting is weird tonight, but I'm just trying to make sure I stay on my goal to do a video every day for 90 days straight. So I'm coming at you and it's like 10 o'clock at night. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to dive into something that changed my life. And I just actually learned about what it's called about a week or two ago. But something called Kaizen. Now, before I get into what Kaizen is, let me tell you how it changed my life without me knowing about it. So, it was about a year and a half ago, or really most of my life up until about a year and a half ago. So, starting from as early as I can remember, I know at the earliest, or at least by first grade, I dealt with depression, and I dealt with anxiety. And actually, I think it was 2014 or 2015, I was diagnosed with PTSD from various things, military service and whatnot. But I got depressed about a year and a half ago after filming one of the businesses that I have started is actually a film company. And we filmed something and something happened. I don't know what it was to this day, and I just got really, really super depressed. And I had obviously, through my life had different struggles with depression, and I remember being fed up. I remember being like, you know what? I'm done with depression. I was so upset because like I had had such good momentum, and I was like, man, I'm done with depression. I will, you know what I mean? Like, I hate this. I never want to have to do this again. So I'm going to let myself be depressed today, right? This one day, I'm going to be depressed. I'm just going to sit in the bed. I'm going to allow myself to feel it and just go through it. And that's a weird thing to say for some people who understand what I mean by depressed, right? Because you're like, there's depression is not something that a lot of people can pin down and know that it's hit them. And it takes a lot of mental work to get to the point where you can even recognize yourself becoming depressed, right? A lot of times you just wake up one day and you realize you haven't taken care of yourself the way that you normally would, and you've let a lot of things fall behind, and so you realize, hey, I must be depressed because all of this stuff that is the normal version of me is being left in the background. And so obviously, if I'm catching it, I want you to know that you're not going to necessarily just start there. It does take you learning how to recognize the things that cause you to start feeling that drag down feeling. But after years of me, probably 2 or 3 years of me learning to catch my cues of depression, I got to that point. And so I sat there and I was like, I'm going to just go through this depression. I'm going to feel it. I'm going to allow it to just run its course, but it's going to be done today. I'm going to stay in the bed, right? Today. And then tomorrow, because I've noticed that there are also certain things that are the opposite of what I would need to do to continue to be depressed, right? So if I don't want to be depressed, or whenever I caught myself coming out of a depression is the best way to say it, or caught myself being depressed without knowing my cues from years ago, I would always realize, like, okay, Mike, you let your facial hair go crazy, you let your body odor go crazy, because I'm just gonna be straight up with you guys. When you're depressed, even getting up out of the bed is like a mission. Even taking a shower is a mission. So what I did was, I'm going to literally just let myself be depressed today. Listen, lay down in the bed today. Tomorrow morning, first thing I'm going to do as soon as my eyes open, I'm going to get out of the bed, make my bed, right, and then celebrate, right? And how I even came up with that is I took psychology in college, and one of the things that I thought about was this experiment called it's mostly known as Pavlov's dog. What he did, what it was, there's a scientist, and I forgot his first name, but Pavlov is his last name. and he took dogs, right, and he rang a bell before he fed them, and eventually, like their mouth would water, right, and eventually their mouth would water when he rang the bell without the food being around or without them being given the food, right? They just heard the bell and it made them think of food, and then their mouth would water. So I was like, that's really just how you condition somebody, or how you condition an animal to respond to certain things. So I was like, I need an activity, right? So me getting out of the bed, and then I need a bell, which was me celebrating, right? And it was really just like, well, let me see if this works. But so the next day, as soon as my eyes opened, I got out of the bed, made my bed. Took me all of like 3 minutes, and then I was like, woo! And I really made that noise, woo! And I literally had like a 2-minute personal party, and I sat down on the edge of my bed, and that was all I said I was going to do for that day. And I was like, I feel great. And then I was like, what else can I do? And that was the start of me kind of unlocking something that has step by step improved my life on an almost daily basis. And so with Kaizen, right? Kaizen is a Japanese word that has no literal translation for English, but what it really kind of boils down to is slow, small steps towards growth or self-improvement. And so instead of, like, for example, if you have a goal to, let's say, drop 20 pounds, you wouldn't necessarily say, okay, my goal is to lose 20 pounds in the next 2 months, right? Because that is so, it's so focused and so fast and so time-based that it becomes stressful. So what you would do is say, okay, well, what would I need to do in order to lose weight? What would I need to do in order to build muscle, or whatever your goal is? And I've used this in pretty much every area of my life, because after that day, after the first day, I realized that, okay, well, if I just continue and I just tack something on at the end of the first thing that I've done, which is make my bed, then I'm going to be gaining momentum and moving forward. And it helped me to a degree that I could not imagine, because I like I said, I literally use this for everything. And before that point, I wasn't a very patient person. Like I would start a diet every few weeks or a few months. Really, like every 12 weeks, I was on a different diet. Every year, I would go through a cycle of like, okay, I'm working out really hard. I'm on this crazy diet. Now I'm gonna just chill and relax and stop doing what I'm doing, and then go back to just eating like nothing matters. But now I have a framework, right? I have a way of approaching things that says, okay, well, if I want this goal, what would a person who has that be doing on a daily basis, right? And let me start at the simplest thing to start with, the easiest thing, the least stressful thing, right? So, for example, get in front of you guys and make a YouTube video. That is something good. So, also, before we go forward with anything else, I want to go ahead and tell you guys, one of the best things I use Kaizen on at this point is business, right? If you have a business, or if you are starting a business, Kaizen is perfect for you, because this is literally how Japan, after World War II, built itself back up from financial ruin. So if you have a business, study Kaizen just a little bit, understand what it means, and really focus on how you can use that for your business. If you don't have a business and you want to start a business, first of all, go under my video in the description and get started with Starter's Formula, which is my free course that shows you how to start a business online and start making money within 48 hours. But if you start a business, right, it's all about Kaizen. It's all about saying, okay, well, what's the best thing I can do to move myself forward just one more step, right? It's literally just a journey of 1,000 miles, and you have to take one step. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And you can use it for health. You can use it for relationships. As a matter of fact, one of the things that me and my girlfriend do is every first and third Friday, when I don't have my boys, is date day. Like the whole entire day is just me and her being together, right? No, nothing. Just literally just me, you, wake up, we decide what we're gonna do, we spend all day together, and we just have fun. So hopefully you guys understand how Kaizen works from what I explained to you. If you have any questions, be sure to leave a question below. Give me the thumbs up if you guys think this was a good video, if you think that you got something from it that you can use in your daily life. Also, be sure to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications to let you know that I put out a video so you don't miss any more content. This is Mike Malbro. I love you guys. See you guys next time. And yeah, just rock out. Make sure you use this Kaizen.